Thank you, Beck. Well, New South Wales is pushing for its own purpose-built quarantine facility with fears the Victoria cluster was sparked by another hotel breach.
Yeah, let's bring in Nine political editor Chris Uhlmann. Chris, hotel quarantine so problematic. We may be living with COVID for years. I mean, are politicians feeling the pressure for a quarantine station?
Yeah, Layla, I think that there is growing pressure to have some more Commonwealth-run facilities or Commonwealth-owned facilities. We're going to see one of 500 built in Victoria, and there's already one, of course, that's moving up to be about 2,500 in the Northern Territory. But make no mistake about this, hotel quarantine is not going away. At the moment, Victoria's taking around about 1,000 people a week into hotel quarantine. Their facility is going to be 500. Now, if we were to replace one with the other, then that's 500 fewer people a week that we'd be able to bring into Australia. Same in New South Wales. If you're going to build a 500 facility building there, then you'd find and cut out the 3,000 that are coming in, then you couldn't get the numbers back into Australia, and people would complain that not enough Australians are coming home. So I don't think that you are going to be able to see the replacement of hotel quarantine with Commonwealth facilities, but you might see some more Commonwealth facilities being built.
Right. Yeah, Chris, if this latest Melbourne outbreak was in fact leaked from hotel quarantine, it'd be the 22nd breach in Australia since the system began. Surely that's enough to spark change and get things rolling?
Yeah, and certainly there is change and things are rolling on that front, and people would say the Commonwealth Government has been way too late when it comes to building this kind of facility. But again, it's a matter of capacity, Richard. You are not going to get rid of hotel quarantine. In fact, I heard someone from the World Health Organization saying yesterday that the facility being built in Melbourne should be for people who are returning who are not suffering from the disease, and that those who were suffering the disease should be put into hotel quarantine. Now, this is some of the really bad advice that we're getting from some medical experts. I mean, I would imagine that if you are bringing people back, that you put those who are most infectious in the purpose-built facility. But even if you did, we can't cope with the numbers returning if we are going to just do it through these new facilities, and they won't be built in time anyway. So we're going to have to live with hotel quarantine until we get to a point where enough of the population is vaccinated.
Yeah, I was puzzling over that yesterday too. I heard that too. This facility that's being built in Victoria, the location's still up in the air. Well, where are they thinking?
Yeah, Avalon's one example, and that, of course, is on land that's owned by Lindsay Fox, and there's an airport there, so that would make sense. It doesn't have to be Commonwealth-owned land, but it would be a Commonwealth-owned facility. I think in the end that's what the Commonwealth wants. The other facility that they're talking about, the other spot they're talking about is in Mickleham, but the problem there is it's already an animal quarantine facility there. But I think you'll find that they'll sort out their differences reasonably quickly, and the Victorian and federal government will move ahead with this. But it will take about 6 months to build, even if they're moving very quickly. So we're talking some time off yet.
Meantime, Chris, a huge wave of people getting vaccinated, which is a good thing. Of course, a lot of people are now fearing there's going to be a supply issue. How do you read that?
Yeah, Richard, of course, and that will always be a problem if we do get a surge of people looking to get vaccinated. But again, don't forget, the biggest problem that we've got with supply is we have a domestically manufactured vaccine which has now been limited. And why has it been limited? Well, the medical advice said that it shouldn't be given to those under 50. Why was that? Because there was no real community transmission in Australia, which again is medical advice that I find staggering. There's an international, worldwide pandemic for a disease that's going to become endemic to the world, and the medical advice here is, oh, well, don't worry too much, we'll find ourselves another vaccine. So that's created the biggest supply problems in Australia. More Pfizer is on the way, but that one again won't be coming until the end of the year when the government hopes that there'll be a bit of a surge. So, look, the real issue that we've got at the moment, Richard and Layla, is that we haven't yet decided how we get out of this. Once we decided essentially that we're going to eliminate it in Australia, we haven't yet worked out how we dismount. How do we rejoin the rest of the world if we decide that COVID-19 is the one disease that no Australian is ever allowed to catch?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? When do we get out of this and how do we do it? Chris, we appreciate your time as always.
Thank you.